guys, welcome back to my channel. It has definitely been a while since I've actually sat in front of the camera and actually filmed something for you guys. So I'm pretty excited to go ahead and get started, especially now that I have a little bit of free time. As you all know, we are going under that whole quarantine and things like that pretty much worldwide. I did a little poll on Instagram with 3 different palettes. And out of those 3 different palettes, I asked people to go ahead and vote which palette they would like for me to go ahead and create a look with. And the winner was this one, the Morphe by Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette. It looks like this. 2 different looks with 1 palette, which I'm pretty excited about. I feel like this is a good way to get back into my zone, back into my grind, doing my makeup videos, which I enjoy doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and create this look for you guys, and then I'm actually gonna be doing a talk through video, so props to me. It definitely takes a lot for me to actually do like the talking part. I feel like it's just a lot easier to go ahead and insert music. So we're just gonna go ahead and wing it and hope that it turns out okay. So to start off, I already did my eyebrows off camera. I did use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in medium brown. And then I just used a little applicator that it came with. I usually flop between this one and another one. And I already primed my eyes. I used the Morphe concealer in the shade C2.25. So it just looks like this. And I already set that with the banana powder. So to start off, I'm gonna go more for like an olive green kind of look. That Top Secret shade, which is what the shade is called, is just calling my name. And the other shade, or the other makeup look that I created is like a halo effect. So it has a lot more shimmer because I like shimmer. If you know me, you know I like glitter, I like shimmer. So, you know, gotta incorporate it. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. And to start off, I'm just gonna pick up a brush to go ahead and, I'm gonna go in with that Secure shade right here. Tap off the excess. And I'm just gonna start applying that onto my eyelid. And just blending it and working with the shade. I hope everybody is staying safe and staying busy at the same time. I know it's hard, especially when, you know, you have your day-to-day routine, and it's just something that we didn't really see happening. I know for me, I kept seeing it in other states, and next thing you know, we're hit with it just as much, if not as worse. So hopefully everything is able to go ahead and calm down, because I know just as much as you guys, like, we want to go out, we want to go ahead and be out and about, feel the whole vibe, and just be out with your friends and your family. And so it's kind of hard when you're in this kind of situation. But, you know, what can we do? All we have to do is just continue following the regulations, the guidelines, and trying to do our part so that way this stops spreading and we can go about our normal lives as usual. So I'm just blending this out, really just trying to work it and take my time with it, you know. There's no rush. Also, I've been getting, like, just last week actually, I had like breakout. I still have this one right here. But it's been a while since I've actually had a breakout, and I kid you not, I got like maybe 5 all on my nose, like this area right here. And I was just like, oh my god, like I can't remember the last time I actually got a breakout, let alone like this many all at once. So, you know, I did some DIY at home face masks to kind of help reduce them, and they actually helped. And now I don't have like anything on my nose anymore, thankfully. It's just this one that's kind of taking a little while to go away, but I keep doing my mask every night on it to reduce the swelling, and just so that way it doesn't get any bigger or anything like that, because it's already big enough. So what is everybody doing to stay busy? I like that on my Instagram feed I follow like a lot of not fitness models, but they're like people who like to stay in shape and things like that. They are providing a lot of at-home workouts. So I really like that, because I miss being able to hit the gym and, you know, picking up some weights and just having me time working out. And as you guys can see, the setting is completely different. I am currently at my mom's house, so all of my whole setup is completely different. You know, I'm working with what I have, improvising with what I got, and just making it work, you know. Everything else is at my dad's house, so that's why I was so MIA also, because with all this going on, I wasn't really able to go out. I didn't want to risk it and bring anything home. And finally last weekend, I went over to my dad's house. I picked up some of my makeup and I brought it over to my mom's house. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make it work. I can still provide content. I can still make YouTube videos. I can still create. So that's just what I decided to do, working with what I have. I feel like this side is a little bit darker than this one, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more. I am very, very picky when it comes to doing my makeup on myself and on clients. I guess you can say like a makeup, like, well, no, I'm just a perfectionist, and I want to make sure that when I do something, I do it right and I do it good. So especially when I'm doing makeup on other people, I want to make sure that I do a good job, you know, because I try and put myself in their situation. If I was paying for somebody to do my makeup, I would want to make sure that they do a good job. Like, I'm not just paying you to just do a wacky ass job, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick a different brush. I'm going to use and I'm gonna be using this one. Let's try this one. Actually, I'll try this one. All right, I'm going to be using this little brush right here, and I'm going to pick up the shade Smooth Criminal, which is this one right here. It's like the little light brown. It's a very pretty brown. I think that's one of my favorite brown shades off this palette. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that right underneath where we applied the orangey shade and slowly work it in. It's okay if you get a little messy, don't worry. Just continue to blend. I'm mainly focusing it like on that crease, like where my natural crease is, and building it as I go and just blending. And I am so happy today too because the sun is actually out, which is really nice. We've been having really gloomy days, so it's really nice to just wake up and see the sun out. I hope we have more days like that, and even better when we're able to actually go out and enjoy it. I mean, you can still take walks and things like that, but I feel like it's just not the same. Unless that's what you are already used to doing, you know, but I never really take walks, so for me it's just like, I'd rather just stay inside and do my at-home workouts inside rather than outside, unless it's at the gym. But when I am doing this, the windshield wiper motions, when I am doing the windshield wiper motions, I'm just using a very light hand, just going back and forth. And at this point, you just kind of build it up to where you want it to be. I'm not too worried about blending everything out perfectly just yet because I am going to go in with another shade right on top. So I will have like a neutral brush to kind of help blend everything out. So then I am I'm actually going to use this little brush right here. It came in one of these eyeshadow palettes. I think it was, oh no, actually I'm lying. It's the Dose of Colors little eyeshadow brush. So I'm going to go into the shade Prowl, which is this dark mocha brown right here. Pick some of that up on my brush, tap off the excess, and then I'm going to really focus this on the outer corner, but bringing it upwards as well towards the crease, just to add a little bit of depth there. But I'm not taking it too far up to the rest of my eye. And then again, windshield wiper motions here. I do want more of a smoky olive green look, so that's why I'm kind of focusing this to be a little bit more on the smokier side. Again, at this point, I'm not worried too much about blending out or anything because I'm going to have a neutral brush that's going to go ahead and take care of that for me. I mean, I am just doing light blending, but I'm not taking my entire time just doing that. Okay, and then for my neutral brush, I'm just going to use this one. It's by Wet n Wild, a little fluffy like this. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend everything out so that way there's no harsh lines. Again, blending, blending, blending. Blending is key. I know it can get annoying, but it really is just, it really just does the trick. Like you guys can see, this side is blended out and this side isn't. You can see like the harshness left right here, and this one looks a lot better because it's like nice and blended out. And I couldn't leave my dad's house without bringing my little handy dandy mirror. I've had this for, I think I got it for like a birthday or for Christmas from my stepsister, and once I started like doing videos, I just reached in to get it, and prior to that I was never really using it that much. But once I started getting more serious about doing makeup and doing more videos, it was really nice to just have something handy to be able to look back on, or to be able to use. So okay. All right, now that that is nice and blended, I am gonna go in with this little flat brush like this, and we're gonna pick up that Top Secret, which is that olive green shade, this one right here, and I'm gonna apply it, tap off the excess. I am taking this a little bit higher than where my crease is. So my crease is like right there, but I'm gonna take it up just a little bit more. You kind of have to build this shade up. Which I thought it would be a little bit more pigmented, but maybe if I were to use it like on the outer, it would have been different. But since I'm using it as like the main color, maybe that's why, I don't know. And then like towards the end, I'm just kind of using like very light hand, just kind of swiping back and forth. And then here I'm just kind of using like a flickering hand, like just, you know. Bless you. Oh, also, I just realized I'm doing both eyes in one video. Usually I do one eye only. Wow, look at me. The things I get excited about. It is a very pretty shade though. I just feel like you really, really have to build it up. And then now I'm just really focusing it like on the lash line, because I feel like it's not covering everything as it should. So I'm just packing it on there and then bringing it up. And then like once I get to that crease area, I'm just using like wiper motions. Once I get to this area here, I'm just using windshield wiper motions with a very light hand. It looks a little messy, that's okay. Trust and believe the process, guys. All right. So I'm gonna go back in with that neutral brush that I was using earlier. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend everything out furthermore, but with a neutral brush. Really take your time blending this out. I'm really excited to go ahead and edit these videos for you guys. The other look, I actually did the other look yesterday. It's pretty fire, not gonna lie. I'm hyping myself up, but you guys are gonna see for yourselves. This one will definitely be first. I think I'm gonna include it all in one video, but I'm gonna start off with this one first. I'm pretty sure. I also tried doing like my baby hairs for the first time. It looked a little bit better yesterday because I had my hair up, but you know, it looks better when you don't have your hair down, I feel like, unless, or maybe it does, I just haven't found like the right hairstyle that it would look good with. But yesterday I had my hair up like in a high bun, so it looked nice. Also, for the video that I did yesterday, which is the other look with this eyeshadow palette, I am not talking, so this is like the talk to do video for the first look, but the second look I probably will just go ahead and insert music. But definitely let me know in the comments if you guys enjoy these type of videos, and I will definitely go ahead and attempt to do more this way instead of just having the music play in the background. I have some ideas for my channel and what I want to do, so I'm hoping that now that I have a little bit more free time as well, I will be able to go ahead and achieve all that and get it done. So now that I am done blending that out, I am going to go back in with this little brush again, but I'm going to wipe off what I used with that Prowl shade because I'm going to be using this. I really like this little brush. I'm going to be using the same brush, but I'm going to be mixing Smooth Criminal and Prowl. So grabbing a little bit of each and then tapping off the excess. And then I'm going to go right above of where we applied that olive shade. Again, you're just like really building it up. You guys see that? Okay, I'm not really going to blend that out just yet. I'm going to go in with that neutral brush to help blend all that out. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. I like to kind of look down like this, that way I can see if they're even or if I need to add more product on one eye. So that definitely helps. So I'm going to go back in with that neutral brush just to kind of blend everything out. Really trying to stay low, that way I don't take it too high up. Blended, not blended. Do they see that difference? what city or state or country do you guys live in? I would like to know where my subscribers are from. That would be kind of cool to see where you guys are all from. I actually really like how this is turning out. Once you have lashes, full face, we're gonna pull it together, girl. I'm also gonna be doing another video today. I'm actually gonna be doing makeup on my sister. So probably go ahead and record that as well. That way I can do like another video showing makeup on someone else besides myself. And then remember that first brush that we used to apply that secure shade? I'm just gonna go over on the very top. It has no extra product or anything with whatever is left. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of that and apply it up here, because I feel like one of the shades that I just used got a little bit too high up and I did not want that. I'm just gonna kind of pack it on and then I'm gonna blend. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye so that way they match. And then just blend. So taking that neutral brush again, just gonna go ahead and blend it out. And I am bringing it down to where I have that olive shade just to make sure that that's blended out nicely too. Like I said, it's a neutral brush, so I use it for a lot of blending of all the shades. I'm gonna go back into that secure because I do feel like this eye looks a little bit lighter than this one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that. And then wipe off that neutral brush. The best you can, and then blend it out. I am gonna go ahead and use this Steve Laurent tip liner pencil. So I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lash line. But it's a very thin line. And then same thing on the other eye. I feel like it does make a difference though. You can kind of see if you really pay attention. You're looking really close. My left eye has been very watery today. So I'm hoping that when I apply the lashes, my eye does not start just crying. Okay, now that that is done, I'm going to be using my dual lash glue. And the lashes that I will be using are ones that I purchased in Mexico, unfortunately. But it's these, they're really pretty. You guys see? Very pretty. So I'm going to be applying the lash glue on that, and then I will be popping those on, letting that dry. And then while that's drying, I'm just going to go back in with that little olive green brush that we use. It has no extra product, just kind of go over everything a little bit more, just one more time. And then same thing with that little brush that we used. It has, again, these brushes don't have any extra product or anything. I'm just using whatever is left over. See how pretty they are? I personally feel like lashes just complete the eye look. Unless you have really full, nice, long lashes, and girl, you don't need them. But I do not have the luxury of having long, thick, voluminous lashes. Okay, just hoping this eye doesn't get watery. I can already feel a little bit. Okay, now that lashes are on, making sure I close my caps, or making sure I put the caps back on, because I tend to lose caps or lids off of things whenever I am doing my makeup. So I'm trying to get better at that, because then I'm like all confused as to where I left everything. So we are done with this palette for now. We will go back into it when I am done doing the rest of my face. So for concealer, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to be mixing the LA Girl and this Pretty Vulgar concealer like this. So I'm going to be applying, first I do the LA concealer, and this is in the shade Bisque. And I'm just going to be applying a little bit down here, because si tengo ojeras y las tengo que cubrir. And then I like going over it with this one, because this one has more of like a warmer tone, and I feel that it matches my skin tone pretty well. So I find that mixing these two together, I just like how it looks. And I'm gonna go ahead and dampen my beauty blender using my Pixie Rose Water. And then I will go ahead and just, oh actually no, I'm gonna be using this little concealer brush. Just to kind of blend it out with the brush first. And then as I get towards the outer corner, I'm just kind of using a very light hand going over it, or you can kind of flick at it too. Covered, not covered. Okay, now that that is blended out quite well, I am gonna go ahead and use my L'Oreal True Match foundation. I know that you guys are probably tired of seeing me use the same foundation for every single video, but this is honestly one of my favorites. It's like one of my favorite drugstore foundations. I just love the coverage. I love how affordable it is, and it looks really good on any skin tone. So I like to pour a little bit on my cap, that way I don't overdo it and use too much, because a little bit does go a long way. And then I am taking a little concealer or foundation brush and just dipping it back in there and going over. But I'm gonna go ahead and tie my hair back because I already have hairs trying to get in the way. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and dip and then apply. One thing I did forget to bring was my little headband. Okay, again, put the cap back on, or you can use like your brush to kind of clean off whatever was left. And then close your cap. And then I'm taking the beauty blender and just dabbing everything into place. And lately I really haven't been using primers. I don't know, I just feel like maybe I just haven't found the right primer, but I feel like my makeup can apply nicely with or without primer, so I don't always feel the need to use the primer unless. So we're gonna go back into that palette, and I'm going to be using that same little brush. I'm going to be picking up Smooth Criminal and Prowl, mixing those two together and just applying that on the lower lash line, kind of connecting it to the eye. I'm kind of connecting it to the eyelid. Picking up just Prowl now and just working that on the outer. Like I said, I wanted more of a smoky effect, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some of that and just focus it on the outer lash line. And then just kind of blending it inward with whatever is left. And then I'm going to use this little pencil brush, and I'm going to pick up some of that Top Secret, which is that olive shade, tap off the excess, and then just kind of blend it on top of everything. So this side's done, this side isn't. Picking up a little bit more. I apologize for the noise. They are doing construction outside, and it's annoying. Okay, that's pretty smoked out. And I am gonna use I am actually gonna use eyeliner. So I'm gonna use this Appeal liner. It's a gel liner in Deep Taupe. And I'm just gonna apply that on my lash line. I'm gonna apply that on my waterline, sorry. I'm not gonna go too crazy on it because since I already applied the shadow, but I just don't want my waterline to be bare because I have pretty heavy makeup on. Okay. And then going back in with that little small brush just to kind of blend everything out so it looks nice and seamless. All right, and then with the other side, which is like this little tip side, I am gonna pick up the shade Gilt Trip, which is this one, and I'm going to be mixing it with this one, which is Coin. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and apply Gilt Trip, which is the really pretty gold, because you know, like I said, I like glitter, I like shimmer, and I need to add a little bit of pop of that to add some to this very matte look that I created. And I do like to drag it to the lash line to kind of blend in nicely with the other colors. So now with that same brush, I am going to be picking up Coin, which is this little dirty gold. And I'm just going to be applying that right on top. I feel like this really makes a difference. Like this eye has it and this eye doesn't. You guys see that? Voila. That looks really nice. And then taking the other end again and just kind of blending it all out so it just doesn't look like I have a strip of, or a line of gold. You just want to make sure that everything blends nicely. And it goes back to me saying how blending is really key. There we go. And actually, before I put this palette away, I'm going to highlight the brow bone. I'm just going to be using this little brush like this. This is a crease brush by IBY Beauty. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the Gilt Trip shade and this vanilla shade. I'm just going to mix both of those together and apply that on the brow bone area. And then taking that first brush that we used and just kind of blending it out so there's no harsh lines or anything. Using a very light hand. Just like that. And then I am going to go ahead and apply some lower lash line mascara. This is also one that I use almost on every video. And again, I apologize. Once this quarantine is over, I will go to the drugstore and pick up a new drugstore foundation that I can try out for you guys and test out. Because I can only imagine how annoying it is for me to keep using the exact same products. So this is the Maybelline Colossal Waterproof Mascara that I'm using. Okay, now that that is done, I am just gonna go ahead and use this LA Pro Conceal in Espresso. I have a napkin down here, so I always like to just put a little bit on the napkin, or yeah, on the napkin that I'm using. And then I'm using this brush. It came with one of my Naked palettes. Grabbing a little bit of that concealer, but also wiping it off on that towel so that way it's not too much. Putting my hair back. And then just starting to map out where I want to put this. And then taking my beauty blender and just blending it all out, starting off with this area down here. And then with whatever is left while I'm doing this, I just kind of bring it down a little bit. I don't ever really warm this area up or add contour to that area. And then just make sure when you're blending out the concealer, or when you're blending out your bronzer or your contouring, to bring it as close to the hairline as possible, just so it looks more natural. So that side, it's getting done. This side isn't, this side's done. And again, just like with eyeshadow, this is also a lot of blending too. You want to make sure you don't bring it too far down. But if you were to bring it too far down, you can always kind of clean it up with a little bit of translucent powder. There's different techniques or different ways for you to blend out your bronzer or your contour. I sometimes do like to use the brush, but for the most part, I always like to go back in with my beauty blender. You just kind of have to find what works for you and try different ways and see which one works better for you. Okay, now that that is blended out, I'm going back in with that stippling brush just to kind of blend everything even more. I never miss this step. My hair is getting a little crickly. Okay, and then I will go ahead and apply some highlighter. I'm gonna use this little fan brush, and I'm using the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter. Just like so. And going back in with that stippling brush to blend it all out even more. And then I'm just taking that neutral brush that we originally used, and I'm just gonna blend out the outer just a little bit so it's not so harsh. So I'm just gonna use a very light hand using circular motions just to blend this out a little bit more. Okay. And then for lipstick, I am going to be using this Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. This is the number 70 in Amazonian. Do the lipstick check. I always do that because, and that is it, you guys. This is the final look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this talk through video. Definitely let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this type of tutorial where I'm actually talking to you and showing you step by step what I am doing. I would love to hear your guys' feedback. Definitely, again, this is going to be 2 different makeup looks using one palette, in this case this one right here. And definitely stay tuned and watch. And I hope you guys have some snacks ready because this is going to be a long video. So with that being, I hope that you guys all have an amazing day. Definitely stay positive. Remember that although we are going through this, you are not alone. We are all going through it with you worldwide. And, you know, quarantine mode, work on yourself, work on setting positive reminders to yourself, work on positivity. You do not need any negativity in your life. Work on being mindful that things will get better, and just try and stay busy. Do or find things that you love and kind of get back into it, you know. And sooner or later we will all be able to go out and enjoy the sun and enjoy the fresh air that's to come. So, you know, just remember that you are not alone. We are all going through this with you. So with that being said, I am going to go, and until next time, see ya.